Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Back in WoVA. So today, the topic of discussion is gonna be mm, a review on Murder Jones. Yeah, Murder Jones. Why not? It was a show I recently watched. Yeah. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering, I changed my skin. I'm probably gonna keep doing that for a while until I'm comfortable with. I don't know, like yeah. I'm probably just gonna keep changing my skin until I'm comfortable with it. This one doesn't seem that bad though. Anyways, Murder Drones. Okay, so what the hell is Murder Drones? Well, Murder Drones is a series by Glitch Productions. If you don't know what Glitch Productions is, stop living under a rock, first of all. And second of all, Blue Egg. I didn't even know they had different colored eggs. Second of all, if you don't know what Glitch Productions is, yeah, they're an indie animation studio made by an Australian one. Made in Australia. They've also made things like The Amazing Digital Circus, Meta Runner. I think one of the newer ones is Gaslight District. But yeah. So what is Murder Drones about? Well, it's essentially a story about this robot girl who initially wants to kill all humans in the beginning due to some plot stuff, right? In the beginning, at least. But then, after episode one, the plot completely another village. Look at that. The plot completely shifts for some reason. And then it just becomes sort of like, I guess like protagonist against another character. I guess. I didn't. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Also, by the way, when it comes to what is it like? Like reviews like this, I'm not gonna do like that much research into them. I want to be sort of like the perspective of like a casual fan who's only seen like this given property once. Not really like a super fan who's seen, I've scoured like across like no. Like I've scoured across the entire internet looking for the smallest little details. Cause that's not what your average fan of a show would do. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Like I was saying. Um, but yeah, it's a good story. I will say. I feel like it would have been significantly more generic had they not gone with the robots idea. Though I do think the creator originally wanted to make a show about vampires. I mean, you look at what the murder drones. I mean, think about this, right? There are two separate species. One of them like one of them is like just regular normal plane, and the other one is like super powerful and stuff. They can hang upside down. They hang upside down when they sleep. They fly. They need to consume the fluids of another of their sort of equal race, right? Um, Depending on the interpretation, they have been known to manipulate like objects midair. Um, so I guess that is more niche. Dude, we are so lucky. And yeah, like I think they want to make originally want to make a vampire show. Not that it's bad or anything. Like I did like it, you know. And the soundtrack was also good. I also liked that. I think the soundtrack was not bad. I have "Bite Me" on my playlist. Good song. What else did I say? Um, yeah, I'd say the only real issue doesn't really have to do with the show itself, but more or less the community, and I guess to a greater extent, like the community of Glitch in general. When it comes to indie stuff like this, 90% of the time there tends to be. I should have stolen the books, whatever. 90% of the time there tends to be a really like obsessive community that formulates around, whatever property it is. And if you want any advice regarding this, like, or I guess, let me just tell you this, right? Just because a community may seem bad or something, or may seem really cringe, like, there were some people at the school, at my old high school, where, like, they were really, really fucking weird people, and they would carry around murder drone plushes, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird. And don't let shit like that stop you from enjoying like stop you from watching something or enjoying something you may enjoy, you know what I mean? Just because just because a community may seem weird, you don't have to join any communities. Feel free to just watch and enjoy if you like it, you know? What else about Murder Drone? Oh yeah. Just like with all glitch productions, the animation quality is phenomenal for an indie studio. It's another good thing about Murder Drones. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. What else? Um, yeah. Other than that, there's not really much else to say. But yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it. I think if you were to watch, you'd probably like it too. It's a pretty interesting show to watch. Hmm. What else? What else? What the? Oh, I thought it was one of the caves from How are you doing out here? What are you two doing out here? Oh, I keep looking for a good place to set up shop. What else about Burger Trap? Um, yeah. Mm, I think it. Oh yeah. I guess another gripe I did kind of have with the show is how much the story changed from episode one. Like you watch episode one, you think it's gonna be like, this robot girl is gonna, overthrow. It's all about revolution, rebellion, and stuff, right? Yeah, gonna kill all humans. But then you watch episode, but then you watch the rest, and you're like, what? You know, I think it was because the creator had like. Oh, I should probably also talk about this, but I did watch the pilot when it first came out, and I remember like being kind of excited for it because it looked interesting. Then 3 months went by and there was nothing. Another 3 months went by and no more episodes. And like I just see them selling plushes and stuff, and I'm like, oh, are they just not gonna do anything? And by the like by like the seventh to ninth month, I'm just like, yeah, I give up. Shame on me though. Though, though the interesting thing is that it only completed last year and it began production like 21. That's what I find craziest. But yeah. Mm. And, I did think of the show was just gonna be like a throwaway where like, oh, we made the pilot, but we can't actually finish making it, but we already sold the plushies sort of way. But I am glad with what they came out with. What else? Yeah, and I also think that 1 year time frame between like episode one and episode two also kind of like I guess is kind of what made the creator rethink of what they want like the direction the show to take. And I do think that this direction was better in the long run, though it does make the first episode kind of like weird in comparison to the rest of the series, you know. But overall, it's a pretty good show. if you like a mainly sort of like goth slash emo sort of, I guess, vibe from a show, Cherry Tree, then you'd probably like it. You know, you'd probably like it. I'd rate it a total of maybe like 85% out of 100. I forgot to steal a bed. I have to deal with the monsters. Damn it. Yeah. Well, oh shoot. Well, I think I'm gonna hide out somewhere like, no, like, oh, hello. Yeah. Last thoughts. Yeah, you would probably like it if you did like that stuff. Um, Again, like, don't let the community discourage you from watching it if you think it might be cringe or something, you know. Formulate your own opinion on things, you know, and don't just take what I say as like the true gospel or whatever, as like the pure truth. Like, I'm just here giving my opinion on the internet, you know. I ain't anyone special. I wouldn't even class myself as that much of a critic at that, you know. Just if there's something you want to watch, go ahead and watch it, you know. Don't let the community or, you know, other people stop you from watching it if it's something that you think you're gonna like. But I think that's where I'm gonna cap this current session off. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the goal is gonna be to look for a pale forest. I have yet to find one, and I liked pale wood. Anyway, that's all for this episode. Thank you for watching. Watch Murray Jones if you want. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more content, and hit the like button if you like. Bye. Thank you. Bye.